and welcome. I'm Hrish, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, a virtual world in augmented reality where creativity and entrepreneurship come together on one decentralized platform. From the Empire State Building to the Sydney Opera House to some of the more obscure places on Earth, in SuperWorld, our world is yours. Yours to buy, yours to sell, yours to create, and yours to explore. SuperWorld is mapped on top of the real world to create over 64 billion unique plots of land, with each plot measuring roughly 100 meters by 100 meters of real-world space. To give you an idea, one plot of SuperWorld AR real estate is about the size of Yankee Stadium. Ready to get started? Find land to cultivate for its strategic real estate location as a digital asset or that holds sentimental value for you. Buying and selling virtual real estate in SuperWorld is easy, as all transactions take place securely on the Ethereum blockchain, and every plot of land is represented by a non-fungible token on the ERC 721 standard. Personalize your world in AR through interactive 3D objects, animation, photos, videos, and text to truly make a world of your own. Ready to find your peace on Earth? Join us in SuperWorld.
Hello, everybody. It's great to see you. And today, together with our CEO and co-founder, Hrish, we're going to introduce you to SuperWorld, as well as today we'll have our community member joining us as a guest, Altered Ali, who will tell you guys about the treasure hunt that he has built using SuperWorld. It's a super fun challenge that he has created, and there are lots of people already exploring the worlds that he has created, and we would also love to share that with you today. So I'm super excited to have this talk today with all of you guys, and I believe, Hrish, you're also on the same page with me here.
Yeah, always great to have guests on the show, because there's always different perspectives on how our partners and super citizens are utilizing SuperWorld, and so it's always very energizing for me to hear the passion and excitement for what we're all collectively building together in SuperWorld. And so to have Altered Ali, well-known artist, be able to create a world in SuperWorld and showcase all of the things that he's doing all over the world in real-world locations is very exciting, and he's going to have a lot of stuff to share. So I'm very excited to have him on and to hear from our audience and to talk more about our mission and vision at SuperWorld. So great to be here.
Wonderful. So let's start the session, of course, with explaining to you the plan for today. So as I already mentioned, to all the new people or the people who would like to educate themselves a little bit more about the basics, we'll explain to you what is exactly SuperWorld. Hrish will also show you how our application looks like. We'll present you the special offers that we have for you. And later, as we said, we'll have Altered Ali join us and tell us about the treasure hunt that he has built in SuperWorld. On top of that, Hrish will also explain to you what exactly are worlds and how does the geolocation function in SuperWorld. And in the end, you will have time to ask us the questions, whatever. Like ideally, also you have some questions for Altered Ali. He will be able to answer them. So if you have any questions, then keep them in mind. Let us know. Share them in the chat. Also I wanted to mention during our webinar, if you guys have any ideas, any cool thoughts or questions, just please drop them in the chat, and I would love to also read where you guys are watching us from. We would love to see how diverse our audience is today. So let's move forward, and let's start with with the offers. So yeah, sorry, I needed for a second to wait for the presentation to load. So I would ask you, Hrish, to firstly tell people quickly about your background.
Sure. So, just to introduce myself for anyone who's new to the SuperWorld community, I've kind of had a different set of experiences in my background that really, I think, helped me, in what we're doing at SuperWorld. So I start off in management consulting, worked on Wall Street investment banking, start off in real estate investment banking. Didn't know at the time that I would get into virtual real estate, but come from a real estate background on the physical side. Was HSBC in M&A and coverage investment banking. Got into venture capital after that. Worked at Spencer Trask Ventures. Worked for a well-known investor named Adam Stern, who's actually one of our investors at SuperWorld. Amazing guy. And then after that, had this idea of going over to Eastern Europe and ended up starting East Labs, which is an early stage technology venture capital fund based out of Ukraine. This was in 2011 that we started that. We wrote the first check to Preply. Preply is now the largest online tutoring marketplace in the world. So, had a really, really great experience there. We have other companies that are well known out of the European ecosystem. And then prior to SuperWorld, I started Rogue Initiative Studios, which is a film, television, gaming, and virtual reality studio in Los Angeles. My co-founder had produced Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghosts. And our production partner there is Michael Bay, the action director. He's known for big action movies. And what I learned from that experience is a Michael Bay movie and a Call of Duty game are the same thing. Anything can be created in an engine. And what happened was about 6 years ago, Pokemon Go came out, and you had all these people, running around looking at Pokemon around the world. And, I got together with my co-founder, Max Woon, and we thought, what if we could enable anyone to build anything anywhere in real world locations? How can we empower people to build a world? And that was how the vision of SuperWorld really came about. So that's kind of the story of my background.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Hrish. And now, yes, I would ask you to, after explaining your background, to tell us what is SuperWorld.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, the vision of SuperWorld was really how do we empower people to be able to utilize these tools, immersive technologies, Web3 and AI, to be able to build a world in real world locations. So a virtual world of their own on top of the real world. And how could, we empower people, whether it's for their business, their personal life, whatever it is that they're interested in, utilize these tools to share that world with other people. And, again, our mission is to enhance your real life and to build a better world. How could we do this to also empower people and improve Earth? And so, on a high level, we enable people to add any type of content anywhere, 3D, 2D, audio, VR, AR, and we're going to see a little bit of that, or a lot of that today with our guest, who's going to show how he created a world in real world locations using all kinds of content to create this treasure hunt. We have I use that, and the analogy I use to explain that is Pokemon Go. It's an analogy for adding digital information to the real world. I use this other analogy, which is more of a data analogy, which is Foursquare, which is, how do we use our currency, which we launched to incentivize people to do things they love to do in real world locations, whether that's engaging with a brand or going to a location, like going and activating some of this treasure hunt in places around the world. But how do we enable people to do what they love to do? And then the third analogy is Monopoly. We've taken the surface of the Earth, and we've divided it into a billion virtual 0.01 longitude, latitude covering Earth, and each one of those is a digital. Each one costs about $90, and today's price is about $100 Matic. And if you buy one of those, you're buying a geospatial asset. you can activate monetization, advertising, e-commerce, digital data, and DeFi. So that kind of summarizes the what it is. And should I go ahead and show it off a little bit as a demo?
Yeah, of course.
So look, I'm going to show you what SuperWorld's all about. I'm going to start off, you how the property aspect of this works. So it's a map. You can search anywhere on the map. Okay. So I just zoomed in on New York City, just refreshing here. And then, it's going to connect wallet, which you'll cut. So for those of you that aren't in Web3 yet, the beauty of this is going to get you to Web3 immediately. Easy way to get into Web3. But if I see these products, each one that's blue already purchased, right? So if you want to buy those, you make an offer. If you click anywhere on the map that's colored, each one of those is 100 Matic. You buying a 0.01 longitude latitude. And again, by owning that, you can activate monetization. You want to reprice your property, they turn orange. So this one's priced at $159,000. This is $152,000. So you can reprice you want. They're your digital. And then I'll show you. We did a ship with Sports Illustrated. 250,000 live sports concerts and theater events. So I'll click here on this, and look, this is like the theater, the Shed in New York. It's a venue, and so again, I click tickets to this, but you, Marta, own this location. You own the virtual there. You benefit from that happens at that location from that ticket sale, and so that's an example of filter on the world. What we just Altered Alley is going to show you his world, but we've launched worlds, which now lets any user create their own map of the world, right? So I'm going to choice LGBTQIA's world as an example. And so you can see comes in on Milan, where they just had a digital concert last week of that. And you can see content that they've left there in Milan. And some of this content could be 3D, it could be audio, it could be 360 video, it could be VR, any type of content anywhere. And so Worlds is adding this filter to the world and system. And then again, the thing is now powered by SuperWorld X, okay? And it's launched in SuperWorld. We just announced it today, the integration with Tilia to launch X, and that is our token. It's an internal in-game, but a lot more with that in terms of integrating with brands. So that's the high level an explanation of what we built. But we'd love if you have questions on anything SuperWorld 2 today.
Perfect. Thanks, Hrish. Yeah, and I think now it will be a moment when we present to people the offers, the weekly offers. So the first offer is Leagues One.
Yeah, so it was Web Summit in. So if you were at Web Summit, a great time there. I was lucky enough to be in town in Lisbon this week. A lot of different activities, side events, a lot of culture in Lisbon. So we're showcasing Lisbon this week. If you buy 3 properties in Lisbon, we have 2 properties available anywhere in the world as a bonus, and then or buy 20 properties in Lisbon this week and properties as a bonus anywhere in the world. So we're promoting Lisbon, and those are our Lisbon promotions this week. And our other offer is to become a SuperWorld diplomat. We have a number of in region the world, and diplomats evangelize and push forward the mission of SuperWorld. We'll have one tonight Altered Alley, and we've had others on this show before, like Green Zone, Tiante. The point is that all of our diplomats really believe in our mission of enhancing people's lives and building a better world in SuperWorld. Maybe they've created a world in SuperWorld, and owns at least 5 plots of state in SuperWorld. So we created the diplomat offer 5 plots of land in SuperWorld and bonus of 5 for free. So take advantage of the diplomat. Essentially, you can acquire real estate, become a diplomat, the things that you're working on, and definitely partner with Super. We pay as an affiliate any 20% of new and other revenue that you can bring into SuperWorld as a diplomat. So definitely sign up for that.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Hrish.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would ask you now to explain to people more in depth. Of course, you already mentioned this and you showed us some examples, but before we, of course, give space to Altered Alley, I think it's good to quickly brief people again on worlds and the geolocation in SuperWorld.
Yeah, sure. So thank you. We are talking about the ability to create a world locations. I've been talking about this vision in SuperWorld for a very long time. You have a world, I have a world, brands have worlds, and each one of these filter on Earth. And so Worlds is our newest, launched it last week. It's in beta, so definitely come over. If you're a brand or a user and you're watching this, meaning if you're a brand, you're doing something in your personal life, showcase that. If you're a creator, if you're an influencer, come over to SuperWorld and create you just click in, you set up your account, click on Worlds, and then you can create a world. And basically what it means is you get your own of the world where you can add immersive content. So AR, VR, 3D, 2D, audio, you can add content all over the map. You can add NFTs all over the map, integrations, right? And then you can on the map too. So you can, Third Alley will talk about this. You can use different tools, and we're constantly improving worlds and the features here. So generative AI is actually going to be a big focus of ours, and you're going to see more and more tools coming available for you to use generative AI to add content to the allow share your world, your friends, your family, your right? So when people ask you, hey, I'm in your city, I'm in this other city that I know a time in, what do I do? You can say, hey, just check out the link. They clear world. Now they have a map of the world, but the key here is you benefit from their interactions in your world. You to be able to monetize when you share your world with someone, and obviously we want them to benefit from engaging in your world. They're getting curated content that you're showing them specific things that you care about in those places, whether it's your business or other businesses you like. You can bring content from other worlds into your world. So if Altered Alley is one of your favorite artists, you could bring all of his content into your world and buy his art in your world. You'd benefit from that. You can monetize from that. So the idea is we want the ability to showcase the things that you love, showcase your business, showcase your personality, showcase a philanthropic cause that you believe in in your world and help people engage with those things. Because people always wonder, I'm in this place. I wonder what Marta would do in this place, or what would be her favorite things, or, Altered Alley, or your favorite influencer, or your artist. And so if you're listening, Worlds is the way for you to express yourself and to share and create and monetize in real world locations. So we're very excited about, and come over and try it and tell us how we should keep improving it. But we're really, really happy. I think in the first few days, we've already had 40 brands sign up and create a world. So very excited about that, and looking forward to seeing you all in Worlds very soon.
Amazing. Okay, so now comes the exciting moment when we welcome the one and only Altered Alley.
How's
Hello
it going,
there.
guys? Hello.
Hey.
Good to see you again.
Yeah,
Thanks for
great to
having
see
me
you.
on.
Yeah, no, so excited to have you on. And man, I'm just so energized by just seeing the spirit and just the ideas. And we had a talk prior to the show, so very excited to hear what you have to say. So thanks again for being on today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, please give us a short intro to all the people that are watching us.
Sure. A quick intro. Similar like the Pokemon Go era. I actually used to work on cell towers, and mostly I did like high-rise rooftops. And at the time, I wasn't super into the game. I was really into the tech end on things. But back then, it was like, if you can geolocate these little cartoons, like you could geolocate anything. And ever since then, I've just, constantly been like, for years thinking about all the stuff that can happen. And then, with this kickoff of like the metaverse and all this fun stuff, we're like, now it's like this is time. Like, what I've been waiting for forever is like, now's the time to really get going on this stuff. And I think, with SuperWorld releasing the Worlds thing, it's like I've been on SuperWorld for quite a while, having a lot of fun with it. But I've been waiting for that to be able to geolocate remotely. It's
Me
huge,
too. Yeah.
Once you guys put that on there, it's like it's kind of like game on now. So yeah, it's kind of that. As far as an intro, should I get into the treasure hunt?
Yes, exactly. So now I would ask you to give people explain to people a bit more in detail what the treasure hunt is about, and then we're going to share the screen and show them how it looks like from the inside.
Yeah, okay. So with the new worlds feature, basically all over the entire world, I've geolocated all these like digital treasures, basically. From like music NFTs to like a lot of AI generated stuff. Big thing is like these stickers, which I just created a line of stickers with AI to put out there and like just all over the world. So people can kind of get out almost like Pokemon Go, like a decentralized Pokemon Go, and get out there and go start exploring the world. So yeah, it's I've gotten a growing number of NFT groups are basically tossing in a couple NFTs, like Duck Set or these different groups, and it's like I can't say anything's ever going to be worth any money or anything like that. It's like it's just for fun, but there's like the possibility that one of those NFTs like actually ends up worth something, and it's like which makes it kind of like a real treasure hunt. And yeah, so super excited, and a big part of what I do is I work with spatial quite a bit, and I do like LiDAR scans of the real world. But now what I can do with SuperWorld is now I can geolocate those. So on SuperWorld, you can go up and basically have like a portal, open up the portal, and then see this whole other layer of this cake. And like one of the biggest parts is like tying it to the real world. Like a lot of what I do has to do with like graffitied areas, or it might be like the under part of a bridge that's loaded in graffiti. But you go there, and like first, like there's this super world layer where there's all these stickers and stuff all over the place, but it's like there's so much more to it. You open up like this digital twin, and it's just a whole other layer of stuff like that, and music playing and things like that. And actually, like one example, I'm working with a guy, Cavelli White, lives in St. Louis, and he just did a song that mentions like under the St. Louis Arch, right? So we geolocated that song underneath the St. Louis Arch, so if you were there and like walking up to it, it's like it just adds a whole nother layer of what you could do with all this Web3 stuff we've already been doing. It's like now tie it to the real world. Or I have like an art gallery I work with. We're on on SuperWorld, there's the portal geolocated. There's all this art. But you click the portal and open up the digital twin of this art gallery, and it's just like it kind of just keeps going. So the treasure hunt idea is like it's just getting started. Really, I want this to just keep growing and adding, and anytime a new NFT project wants to throw in a couple more NFTs, it just kind of gets more interesting. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the gist of that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I love listening to that. Yeah, super creative, and I can really see that this is the kind of things that are invented now. Metaverse and AR and all this kind of stuff is exactly for people like you that have very spatial creativity, if I can put it this way.
Sure. Yeah, we're into, it's like people like there's all these different terms, metaverse, stuff like that. I usually kind of tell people like just think of it as 3D internet. You know what I mean? That we're going from flat screens to 3D. Which seems like a jump, but it's like it's actually way harder for the brain to interpret a 2D screen than it is to interpret a 3D type situation. Like the brain takes it almost more like a real thing that it really saw that. And there's so much to that. Like this is an incredible time. I think it's going to happen very, very quickly. I think with this boost to AI, even with what I've done, if I were to sit there and hand draw hundreds of stickers, like how long that would take, but in a week I can come up with a sticker collection and have it ready to go. So it's this speed. 2024 is going to be one interesting ride. And it's a great time to start thinking in spatial computing. And I think SuperWorld is definitely prepared to be in the right spot for that.
Yeah, about oh, go ahead. Sorry, Hrish. I'm getting too excited.
No, I'm sorry. I think we have a little delay. But what I was going to say is that you mentioned a few things, and we're always looking to integrate and improve every old feature, which is in beta. We just launched it, as you know. But I think that the idea of how can you utilize other technologies world, right? So you mentioned which allows you to again build a portal world, and again adding that into a world. And SuperWorld is pretty easy. You just click and add a link, and you can build. And intelligence and generative AI to we talked about earlier as well, to scan content, scan objects, and create 3D. And I think for us, the idea is how can we to improve worlds so we can, really take in feedback. Is it that you as an artist, as a builder, what would be beneficial for you to have those integrations? And there's more kind of the ways that you used a world to showcase 3D content, showcase audio, to showcase generative AI created all the different things that you really brought together. So and then add of doing a treasure hunt, and we'll again we'll integrate some SWX and X as prizes and other things, so we can get people to go and do these things. So we're excited about how we can kind of spice up the treasure hunt on a weekly basis and get people to do things.
That sounds cool. I like the idea of adding the new coin is cool. And yeah, actually, I was, believe SuperWorld works with a map box, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we're integrating a number of technologies and company boxes is one of them. Google Maps, Bing Maps. We
Yeah,
mapping side, we have a lot of integration.
which is I'm actually like the treasure hunt. I'm actually going for the Google's Geospatial challenge, and kind of tying that into where like basically and creating these kind of like super spots of mixed reality, where I'm bringing all these artists together to create these kind of hot spots in all like the major cities and out from there, to possibly get that on like Google Maps as like
Yeah.
mixed reality, like public art, to where, get them to a certain spot. You open up the experience, and then there's like basically like here's the portal into Superworld. See these layers of Superworld, or different companies were doing this stuff, but Superworld's definitely ahead of the game for a lot of this stuff. So it's cool. And
we're in
Mapbox, yeah,
yeah. Sorry, we had a delay. Go ahead.
Mapbox, I just had an event earlier today too that I was listening in on, and they have some interesting stuff coming in, and I just look forward to like all these things that are coming being integrated in with Superworld. So I'm excited, obviously.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Is for us, we're cross platform. So if you're building for Apple Vision Pro, you're building on Oculus, you're building on Niantic, you're building in Unity, you're building in Unreal Engine, we're really open. So if you're building on spatial, as you mentioned, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, for us is we want you in Superworld, and we want you to be able to build, with the tools that you want in real world locations.
Yeah, which is cool. I look at it the same way. It's like, buy the Apple headset, buy the MetaQuest headset, like either way, but come to Altered Alley once you got it on, so.
Exactly.
I understand that for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think Marta's going to take us to the next part of the session.
Yeah. The next part is, and I think already some people are really curious to see what it actually looks like. How does the treasure hunt look like? So it would be great if you share the screen, and I'm going to put it on.
Okay. All right, so that's working there. So this is a space I built within Spatial, kind of like just like a hub, a little gathering spot. Kind of goes over all the info for it. And then basically, you go through this portal right here, and it takes you right to Superworld, and basically my world on Superworld. Above it, you kind of see some of the pins. There's quite a few more on there. But yeah, like each one's its kind of own art installation. Some of them are winners where you win an NFT. But just to kind of show you around the space, just kind of some of the different groups that are kind of jumping in, and like just like an info spot. Like this was a recent thing they did where I did tattoos in the park, which is in a Superworld space. This is where it ties into the Google's Geospatial challenge that's going on right now. So yeah, it's basically almost like just like a 3D website.
It was all built by you, right?
What's yes,
like everything
I put everything together. Yeah, and then this is a real world scan. So basically, the idea is if you go to this place in the real world, and I can make it work right. If you were to open it up, basically, instead of this being a VR thing in the real world, you would also see all this stuff, So yeah, it's just kind of a fun thing to do. It's like it's good to kind of practice in the VR space, for what what we'll put into the real world. So Yeah, it's just it's basically you just go to SuperWorld on Spatial, or if you go into Spatial and search SuperWorld, you can come to this spot. And yeah, I'm gonna have some more info here, and as winners happen and things like that, to be able to put up scoreboards or fun stuff. So yeah, so that's just a cool place to come hang out if you'd like. And actually, we do a show in here. We do like an interview show. Cavelli White, Tuili, a couple guys. We bring in like different NFT projects, and I'd actually really like to have Hrish or some of the team on and shoot one of the episodes in there and kind of talk all about SuperWorld and that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Hey, and show off your map. Show up the SuperWorld world map. Can you jump in? Do you know the screen share
Sure,
that way? Yeah, go into your world. Yeah, exactly.
Click right in there.
You're going to go into the portal here that you've built, and now you're going to go to your world in SuperWorld.
Yeah, which is cool. It jumps like straight to the Altered Alley world. Not a ton of searching.
You got to share your other screen or something. Another tab.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, you're right.
I think so too.
Let's see. I gotcha. All right, so that should be working, right?
There you go.
1 second. Yep.
Yeah. So now you're in, just for everyone watching. So that was one of these created, right? So he's in using, in that case, spatial, and now show off, like, I don't know, something else that you've produced, let's say, using generative AI. I think you said you created a lot of stickers as an example, or an audio, audio, or whatever it is, 3D.
Sure. So on the map here, this is over in Dublin, Ireland. It's actually a skate park, and this is one of them where I have a digital twin of that skate park, again in VR for spatial. But then in the real world, if you were to go there, you'd see some of these assets there, and these are like winners. Like this is one of the stickers. Where if you go there in the real world and basically just take a picture of the sticker and post it, again, tag me, tag SuperWorld, like you win. It's like, give me your wallet, and I'll send it. And it's just kind of a fun collection kind of thing.
Yeah. So
they're all over the world. And this,
just to be clear with everyone listening, what you want to do is go to that location, pull out your mobile phone, okay. Find that location on the map in SuperWorld, click on it, click view, right? You have the view button, and then you'll see it pop in AR, and then take a photo of it, right? And then submit that to you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just so we know you were there in the real world.
Yeah.
And to show like how this can be useful, this is over in Amsterdam. And this is actually where they're doing the Unity event today. So during like a live event and all these people are there, it's like great time to put out these NFTs or something like that. So
yeah, what you could do, just talk more about. It's an awesome use case. Is place that piece of content there at the Unity conference, and then you could publish it on LinkedIn and tell people to open it up on their mobile browser, and then now they're looking at it in AR in that location, right? So you could add content to a real world location while there's like a live conference going on.
Sure. And it could be useful stuff. I mean, you could put up like a list of local restaurants to go to or local after meeting places.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many use cases.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a question, can you guys show what he built, trying to find it on the map? You click on worlds, and Altered Alley's world should be a trending world.
Trending.
Yeah, there you go. It's a trending world, and you can click on there, and then it'll zoom in at a certain spot, but you can zoom out and you can see all of his posts all over the world. And, there's posts I don't know, where have you been creating posts? Is it everywhere on the planet, or certain most of the continents, or what's the deal on that?
Everywhere on the planet.
Wow.
You
We'd
know,
love to see some in Berlin.
there, yep. Oh, there's some in Berlin. Yeah,
Cool.
and not I don't just sprinkle them either. You know, I don't just like throw them. It's like I really zoom into each city and go from street view to satellite view, check it against like Google Maps, see who's got the most up to date map. But generally they're by like monuments or like fountains, things like that. Or skate parks. Like every skate park, eventually every skate park on the planet's going to have a couple stickers floating around. But museums, things like that. Or like when musicians do an NFT, say they're a Chicago artist, I'll ask, like, is there a club or something that means something to you where this could be geolocated and make sense.
Yeah. And for anyone who's listening, very soon we'll have a new digital twin option. So you'll be able to use some new technologies, including Matterport, which a lot of you are familiar with, to create digital twins of your office, your building, your commercial real estate. And as you know, we've also partnered with Magma that allows you to do other digital twins as well for commercial real estate. So digital twins is something else that this map that Altered Alley has created could potentially also have now or in the future too, just so you know.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, Matterport makes beautiful scans. There's quite a few scans out there, and I always put it out that I've been building a worldwide street team of scanners for a couple of years now, where it's like, go scan something, give me that scan, I add it to the Altered Alley, which on Spatial I have like about 700 builds, basically of all real world scans. So I'm constantly like, putting it out there that go scan stuff. Like digital twins are a great thing to learn anyway. And if you kind of join the street team, we kind of teach you all this extra stuff on scanning.
Yeah.
So hit me up. We'll learn to
We'll
scan.
populate the whole map with scans. That's exciting.
Absolutely. It is. Yeah. And it's like, and that ties in really well with like stores. Like I really like mom and pop type stores, as opposed to like me trying to deal with the massive box companies. It's like, do a scan of your store and have a metaverse presence.
Yep.
And then with SuperWorld, like, you could have all these like, coupons or bonus things with it. And it's like, it's easier than you think.
Yeah, and that's what's coming very soon is e-commerce integrations into those 3D digital twins where you can go in and now just start shopping for products.
Yeah.
And they could be your real store, and people get a really great experience of that. And so you'll hear that announcement very, very soon, but I'm very excited about that. And again, Worlds can add a lot of e-commerce opportunities all over the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's and worldwide too, that people from all over the world can start trading goods and buying goods, especially with AI and translation. That AI is going to be able to translate real time to where someone who spoke only German and somebody who spoke only English can just talk regularly. And so it is a worldwide thing, and the SuperWorld is cool for that.
Yeah.
It's not just Florida, it's the whole wide world. So
yeah, no, peer-to-peer commerce is going to be a very big opportunity for us. And again, very excited to announce the partnership today with Tilia, where we introduced SuperWorld X. And peer-to-peer commerce is a big part of the opportunity for, the currency that we've launched, so you can trade with each other and buy and sell without any friction by utilizing SuperWorld X.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Okay, wonderful. So, by the way, Ali, I don't know if you noticed, but I put your shared screen off the screen.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you're
okay.
back. You're back with
Yeah,
us.
Sure. It's good to
Okay,
know.
wonderful. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to continue, I love listening to your conversation, but I also think it's a good moment to, encourage people to, of course, join the treasure hunt and get all the amazing stickers, and also maybe even contribute to the creation of the treasure hunt. And there are like a couple of rules, of course, for people that. I'm sorry, let me just quickly. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. There are a couple of rules that people should keep in mind, right, in order to join the treasure hunt. So I would be happy if you now kind of brief to people how can they tune in with the treasure hunt.
Sure. Open up SuperWorld, and basically, check your local area. See if somewhere near you, almost like I forget what it's called.
Geocaching.
Geocaching, thank you. Which actually I do plan on kind of tying the two together, where like certain geocaching places just happen to be great treasure hunting places anyway. And if I can get people to write a little something on the geotag thing, like, hey, check Superworld in this space. This, it could grow and grow and grow. But yeah, basically the idea is like if you go to the real world and you see one, take a picture of it, tag me in Superworld, put it up on the socials to win. Doesn't cost anything to play. Superworld on Spatial is just kind of like my little 3D gathering place where I'm going to put up more information on any kind of rules or how to get a hold of everything. That's it. And if you go on there and go to play and there's nothing anywhere near you, hit me up and say, hey, why is there nothing in this city? And within a couple days, there'll probably be some stickers around almost any small town out there. So the whole idea is for it to grow. And if you want to add anything, if you make NFTs or anything like that, and you want to donate a couple to be part of the hunt, the whole idea is to get a whole bunch of people involved. So,
I don't know if you know this because this product is continually evolving. So, Altered Alley, I should tell you that now what we can do is you can go, if for example, let's say I create NFTs or I create content in my world, you can click on that content and share it, and it'll share into your world. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
So if you have any of your fans, they can create a world, they can add content in their world, and they can tell you, hey, Altered Alley, like, I'd love you to share this content in my town, right? And then you share their content, you click in their world, hit share, and it shows up in the Altered Alley Global Treasure Hunt world.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's new.
That's awesome.
That's why I tell you.
Yeah, I didn't even know that one yet. It's like a week old, and I've been going to town on it. But look, I haven't seen all the features.
Yeah,
yet,
it's newest feature that just launched. So,
cool.
and you can make money off of that. So if I come into your world and buy someone's NFT or interact with their content in a way that monetizes, you'll get paid because I discovered it in your world.
Well, that's cool.
So that's where the commercial opportunity to create a world and showcase, whether it's your work or someone else's work that you love, that's the opportunity, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, and that's cool. Yeah, that saves me some emails and DMs and things like that to be able to go peer to peer, like especially if they go to the city, they won the NFT, just to be able to transfer it straight through Superworld. I mean, that saves me a lot of work. That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you. No, and the cool thing is that then you've created a curated world, right? So if I want to see like, what do you love? What are you interested in showing me? You might be a fan of another artist and you want to showcase that art in your world, or you might be a fan of a certain show, an event that's happening. You can bring that event into your world and sell tickets to that event.
That's cool.
Right?
That's
cool.
Yeah. yeah, I'm looking forward to all this. It's like week 1 has been awesome, but it's just gonna get cooler.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. So yeah, I hope that now we'll have, even more people joining the treasure hunt and building this whole big project together with us. Just saying like because it's just so many things coming together. So we have an open call for communities and agencies that would like to build their worlds with us. Hrish?
Yeah. I think I mentioned this before, but the opportunity is for anyone, user, brand, anyone, super citizen, come over and click worlds, create a world, look under your profile, you'll see your world. Some people are still having trouble finding the world once they've created it, but now we got it in a couple of places once you've created it. So click onto your world, and then you have now the whole world as your palette, right? And you can download, or whatever, share, repost, let's say, repost content from another world into your world, okay? And the idea is communities. This is a natural place to start bringing your community into real world locations, because any community has people all over different locations typically, unless it's a more localized community. And even if it's a localized community, there are reasons you want to get more people into that community or showcase content from that community all over the world, right? So there's this very global nature to everything that we do as a community in many cases. And then agencies, if you're an agency out there, you're creating content, or even if you're working on not even immersive content, just 3D or 2D, any type of content, audio, you can also create a world and showcase the kind of work that you do. And so this is a great place for immersive agencies that are producing video, photography. If you're a photographer and you want to showcase the things you've done, Altered Alley mentioned, scans of real world locations, all kinds of stuff. So this is an open call. Get into SuperWorld, create a world, contact me, and we'd love to have you on this show. Showcase your community, showcase your business, your agency, your artwork. So we're going to have more and more of our community every week talking about the amazing things that they're working on. So would love to see you, love to see your work. Come over and click and create a world.
Okay, amazing. Thanks, Hrish. And yeah, I think it's now time to recap the offers, and then we will move on to the Q&A session.
Okay. So this week we had Web Summit happening in Lisbon. So we're showcasing Lisbon this week. Lots of stuff happening in Lisbon all the time. They're having more and more of these huge tech conferences. So definitely virtual real estate in Lisbon is really an awesome spot. So again, we have an offer: buy 3 plots of virtual real estate in Lisbon, get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world for free, or buy 20, you can buy a whole neighborhood. Use our bulk buy option on the website. You can click and just click. And you'd get 15 plots, bonus plots anywhere in the world for free. And we have a deal for super citizens to become a diplomat in SuperWorld. Buy 5 plots of virtual real estate in SuperWorld, get 5 plots anywhere in the world for free. And so you automatically become a diplomat. And again, we want to showcase the work that you're doing to make the world a better place, as well as you become an affiliate of SuperWorld, and you can earn 20% on all kinds of things in SuperWorld when you are a diplomat. And there's also other benefits of being on the brainstorming calls that we do for the product, helping to really build the product side by side with the team, and really, getting access and early access to a lot of the things that we're coming out with from those conversations, as well as more and more to come. We want to start getting our diplomats together in more local ways as well. So, this is a great way. If you haven't yet bought virtual real estate in SuperWorld, take advantage of the diplomat offer. You buy 5, get 5 free anywhere in the world. And you're a diplomat, let us know, and would love to figure out how to get you more involved in our mission to build a better world.
Okay, wonderful. So we have reached the Oh yeah, and also before we do that, am I here? I think I had a short cut off from the internet.
You're rugging a little bit, but we could hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I mean, before we go to the Q&A, I would just ask you guys to just share your most important highlights, just some key learnings from the session, and then we move on to the questions.
Yeah, and thanks. I'll just kind of set you up, Altered Alley. I was really excited about the myriad of possibilities that you showed off. I love the integrations with other platforms and spatial, Google Maps, Mapbox. You brought up Matterport. Just all these different things. I love that, and then the use of generative AI and what's coming and how that really kind of helped you create content faster. And then also, final thing is I love the discovery. Like, if you're trying to look for some music and it's, this was like a spot for that specific song because it was a perfect spot, all those kinds of things, because, it's so inspiring. So please tell us what you thought and give us a recap.
That's definitely excited to hear the new features, especially to be able to like the peer-to-peer transactions with NFTs and stuff like that. But just the whole thing, just being able to geolocate throughout the whole world and tie us all together, and the possibilities are endless. And I could go on for hours about all these other little projects I'm doing with like augmented reality drone courses, or augmented reality games that you can now open and things like that. Like the list truly goes on and on. So yeah, I'm just excited. It's like I'd go for another 2 hours. We could do this, and we could do this, and we could geolocate this. But for right now, it's like especially kind of the early beta version of the worlds that I think we're going to learn a lot from this treasure hunt, and kind of get feedback and how things are working out there and stuff like that. So I'm just excited. Let's just keep building and do something really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about what you said about games. That's really exciting too. I mean, there's so many different companies out there building AR games, building VR games, web-based as well. Spatial's getting into that. And others. And so again, we want to be the spot where if you're interested in immersive content, if you're interested in using these technologies, NFTs, Web3, if you're interested in using generative AI, come over to SuperWorld, and we want to be this gateway for you to get into these technologies, into these platforms, into these other worlds. We want to be this entry point into the open metaverse. So that's what makes me very excited about what you said.
Yeah, it's a smart place to be right now. I think the interest is only going to kind of skyrocket from here, and people need that. It's so confusing, the whole blockchain thing, to everybody. SuperWorld's pretty straightforward. Just open it up, start looking at some art, try and geolocate something, and then it just goes, learn what the wallet is and go from there. So it's a great entry point into this next technological phase of humanity. So I agree.
Yeah, I mean, that brings me another thought is what we try to do is make the interface really simple. It's a map, so you don't need any real hardware. You just go to a website on your phone or on the desktop, and like you said, it's step by step. You might start off creating just photos in different locations in AR, then you move up to creating something in spatial or creating a digital twin, right? It can go a lot of different ways. It could go for your business, or it could go for your artwork or your personal life, or some of the artwork you enjoy from other people, like Altered Alley, right? You can bring that into your world. So you might not even be creating content. You might be bringing in AR content from other worlds that you love. So that's the thing that gets me excited about this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just wanted to close it with keep building and keep being curious, because I also believe that you're a very curious person and you like exploring different stuff. So this is my 5 cents to it. And let's get started with the questions.
All right.
So Alex is asking, what software do you use to create your work, and what would you recommend for a cheap, medium, expensive option?
I think I'm learning Unity. I think the one that everyone should really kind of maybe keep an eye on for right now is like an AR. Unity is tied into so many of these companies, so many platforms. There's definitely demand for Unity builders out there. Takes a second to learn, but if you can learn Unity, you're definitely ahead of the curve. As far as like the AI stuff, Midjourney is great. Getting on Midjourney, it does cost a few bucks a month, but you can do so much with it. Luma AI just released one called Genie, which basically you can AI 3D models, which is pretty amazing. So prompt crafting, as far as something to put out there, like, become a prompt crafter is a great thing to do, and you could do pretty cheap. But there's so many, and there's so many SDKs that you could just go on and on, from Niantic's Lightship SDK, Spatial's got an SDK, but almost all of it seems to be kind of based in Unity. So, my recommendation would be, Unity's a good spot. And I think a little further out in the future, Unreal Engine. I think Unreal Engine needs a little more stronger system, 5G, like even getting into 6G and stuff like that. I think is when we're going to see Unreal Engine just do some unreal stuff. So programs, I'd try those.
What do you think is missing in SuperWorld, the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Missing in SuperWorld? Not too much. I think it's just got to get a little tighter, a little cleaner. No major thing. Maybe avatars, if they could tie in avatars somehow. And by any chance, Ready Player Me avatars is a good standard. So maybe something like that,
Yeah, and that's coming very soon. So we're going to have, as I mentioned, digital twins. We're going to start with integrations that are more related to digital commerce and e-commerce. So you can have an avatar show up inside of a store to help you buy something or choose something in the store, or to answer questions. And that integration will be with Ready Player Me. So yep. And And what we're going to do is enable the ability of users to have a integration on the e-commerce side with a popular e-commerce integration. So if you have a store, can't announce it just yet, but if you have a store, there's a good chance that you have this type of store. And so we want to have that integrated as well into the digital twin. So a few things coming in relation to avatars and e-commerce very soon as well in real world locations.
Good to hear. Yeah, that's cool.
How can SuperWorld drive more creators to their site?
Do a worldwide treasure hunt and get people out there playing with it. But I think, content, I think, getting some creators on and showing that it makes great content, as everyone's trying to make these TikToks and Instagram reels and all that kind of stuff. That this is a whole other realm of, you can put up something in AR, shoot content in it, and put it out to the world within a few minutes. And, I think once people see some of the cool stuff you could do, like beyond the face AR filters, like everyone's kind of been trained on those now. But now it's the whole world has this AI or augmented reality filters to it. So, I just think I think people just need to see it and see some of the stuff you could do, and the creators will come, I think.
Yeah, what I'm really excited about is this Worlds feature, which we just launched, which again, Altered Alley is a great example of a creator, an influencer, an artist that's created a world. But what I'm excited about is how those creators can start monetizing for the content that they're creating in their world, and how we can use SuperWorld X to promote engagement with those creators, right? Our currency, and also facilitate the peer-to-peer transactions for those creators to sell things and to market other products in their world as well through their content. So those are some ideas of what is coming in Worlds. And, with Altered Alley and others in our community, we're heads down on, seeing this amazing traction that we've gotten so quickly with creators starting Worlds, and focusing in on how can we improve those integrations? How can we improve the ability to create content, as Altered Alley said, tighten certain things up and optimize those processes. That's what we're focused on right now. So excited about that.
What games will be coming to SuperWorld in the near future?
So, I think the philosophy that we have is SuperWorld is a world, and we want to encourage game developers to be able to create games and share games in SuperWorld. And the technologies, whether it's AR, VR, or Web3, has really kind of made so many possibilities for game developers to utilize those technologies, AI including, to create games. And what we want to do is use that same framework, as Altered Alley has mentioned, which is enabling people to display those games, access those games in real world locations. And many of those mixed reality type interactions, where the location where you access that game to the content that's displayed there, right? And so those games are 3D overlays on top of the real world as well, but they can be SuperWorld from real world locations.
What exchanges will SWX be listed on, or will SuperWorld has its own exchange through Tilia?
So X is an internal token. It's an in-game currency. It can be cashed out as a peer-to-peer currency as well. So it has kind of two functions. There's SuperWorld X that can be earned internally for doing actions. And then there's a SuperWorld X token that can be purchased and then sent to someone else who can then cash that out. So kind of two components of it, two different currencies, but in one. But it's all of it's an internal token. So it's not, floating on a market or exchange currency. The idea, we wanted to introduce something that we could scale for the Web 2 audience as well. And then scale that into other Web 3 products. And then ultimately in the future, be able to launch a cryptocurrency, again, for SuperWorld that's public. That's our plan. We just want to do it in phases, and SuperWorld X, our internal in-game, is going to create the demand, the peer that we're going to set up, as well as utilizing SuperWorld X for all the other things, whether it's buying real estate or creating a business profile or being able to buy products, etc. So that's the plan. So the answer is it's not listed on an exchange at the moment, but in the future we could have a currency that will be.
If I am able to create an immersive AR environment in an area, does SuperWorld currently have the capability to scan a QR code in the same said area and it will appear in real time?
Yeah, of course. So utilize our integration to scan a QR code, and let us know if you have any issues with that. Again, in a real world location, you can use the camera and scan a QR. And again, the idea is that we want to create environments that can be accessed through different technologies or hardware. Camera is an option to create AR content, because you can utilize a QR code that can be scanned. And again, whether it's audio content that can be kind of scanned through your iPhone and you can listen to audio, or going to a link or a website, or going to spatial or whatever, QR codes are a great way to transfer information, like a link.
Yeah, and also in the audience, I'm seeing some more like support related questions. So yeah, if anybody is facing any issues currently in SuperWorld, I think that it's the best option is to contact us on SuperWorld. On support@superworldapp.com. If you scan the QR code, you also get access to our contact info, and I think this is going to be the most efficient way of you guys dealing with the things that are currently blocking you in our application.
Yeah.
So
if you have any questions, just again, definitely reach us. We're really accessible. Customer support at superworldapp.com. Happy to always answer. We do screen shares with our customers. We walk them into how to set up a wallet that will help you. The idea is a big part of our mission way into these technologies. And the thing is, how do I take the first step? How do I open up? A lot of people, as Altered Alley, a lot of people don't have wallets. I mean, the number of wallets is like 0.00, right? It's less than 1%. And so, what we want to do is help you do that. So if you don't have virtual real estate in SuperWorld, come over. We're happy to walk you through the process. It's like $85 for a city block of land. Buying one plot is worth the education, of learning how to, start your journey into digital assets. Or utilizing immersive tech like our friend Alter Alley is doing, utilizing AI, generative AI, to create content. That's what's awesome. It makes me very excited. So if you guys have customer questions, don't think of it as a support thing. Think of it for us as a way to help you onboard into these technologies, because that's what makes us really excited. We're excited to help you.
Okay, yeah. So as I'm saying, you guys can always scan the QR code. I'm going to put it down now, but you can always, just go back with the video and you'll be able to scan it again. And I think that this will be the moment for us to finally close today's webinar. I think it was really fun, and I'm really excited that Altered Alley is creating all this amazing stuff with us. I was, probably you guys could see that I was getting very excited during the webinar. So you're doing great stuff, and maybe you guys also have some last words for the closing of the webinar.
I'll just go first. I just appreciate you guys having me on, and I just look forward to all this fun stuff we're going to be able to build, and just putting it out there that is a great place to onboard into these technologies. It's like get involved with this treasure hunt. Kind of start there and collect a couple NFTs, and then easy to go from there. It's like get a couple 50-cent sticker NFTs, and then grow into getting a plot and getting involved with this, with your business, with your personal life, art, whatever, for fun. It's kind of the future, and SuperWorld's a great place for people to get started. So I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. And I'd like to say hi to people, just to give some shout outs. NFT Eve, thanks for being a diplomat. Definitely, this is a good time to acquire more virtual real estate. So great insight on that. Hey, buddy, see you with redeeming your SWX. So let us know. Digital Print House, how are you doing? Buddy loves two-time, the Billionaire. Alex Potter, who's one of our most illustrious super citizens around the world. He's got some amazing strategies. We're going to have to Marika, thank you so much. Lisa, and Evan, Alex again. Yep, I think I got everyone. But thanks so much for the community for being here, and we're really excited to keep improving SuperWorld. So thanks again for build a better world together.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you very much, guys, and see you again next week, or see you around, or see you in the treasure hunt.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Good.
NFT,
Thank you,
we're in
guys.
Discord. Find us. Okay. See ya. Bye.